You are listening to a Dynamic Works Productions podcast. This show is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio Network, and many, many more podcast services around the world. You can find all our content, music, videos, books, podcasts, and more on our website, www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Have questions, comments, or concerns for us? Head on over to the social tab on www.dynamicworksproductions.com if you'd like to talk to us. Now, on with the show.
Okay, let's see how much fucking I need to do it.
Is it even spiking?
I don't know.
Does it work?
I don't know.
All right.
Talking about this.
Riding in Cars, the new podcast where me and Tim are bored and sometimes talk about very odd things.
Mostly just bullshit.
A lot. It's all bullshit.
It's complete bullshit.
Totes bullshit.
Where you'll get the sounds of windshield wipers at a 2001 Chevy Astrovan.
Me and Tim screaming at people that don't know how to drive.
Yep.
And everything else that people experience in cars.
It's true. It happens. It happens all the time.
All right.
Like this Carl's Jr. that I didn't fucking miss because I went the fucking right way, Brock.
Maybe.
Yes! Look, here we go. Here's the fucking turn signal, or the lights that you turn at. And
Turn lane?
People driving in their dumb fucking Hondas.
Shitty Hondas.
There's the Carl's Jr. It's right over there. I can see it.
Okay.
Therefore, I am not a terrible driver. Let's see how.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. I didn't put that there.
Can you hear me now?
You look like you're coming in real quiet.
Hello?
Oh, you know what it might be? It might be my setting. Okay. So, we tried the AirPod thing. That did not work.
It did not.
So, we're gonna, I guess, settle for middle of the road bullshit.
Yep.
Speaking of bullshit, we were just at Carl's Jr. testing this. We got food on the road.
Yeah.
And their premium burgers are no longer offered.
Yeah, so now you're getting just what is basically a somewhat slightly better McDonald's burger. Which is really fucking sad because their burgers were awesome.
Yeah. Well, maybe this burger will be better than...
Yeah.
You had a burger last week?
Yeah, it was not good.
Oh.
Okay, it's not that it wasn't good. It was that for Carl's Jr.'s, it was disappointing.
Yeah, we expect better. That's like... Carl's Jr. was the last bastion of fast food excellent burgers that you could reliably depend on.
Yeah.
You know, because, like... I don't know about you, but fucking fast food's getting fucking hella expensive.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the days of...
99-cent value meal.
Yeah, or fucking cheap-ass fucking tacos. I mean, I think Jack in the Box still has cheap tacos, but...
Yeah, they're at
let's
$1.19
be honest,
now.
who wants that fucking garbage?
They're also like $1.19 now. They're not 99-cent tacos.
Yeah, I mean, everything's going up, man. Everything's going up.
Yeah, so short of going to, like, a specialty spot like Dick's or Pickwick, which
are both Washingtonian things.
but they're not fast food.
No.
Like,
not.
at least not in the
Well,
sense.
Dick's is fast food.
Yeah.
Dick's is hella fast food. Because Dick's is basically... Have we talked about Dick's before?
I don't think we have talked about
We
this.
haven't. Dick's is the best fast food burger that you can get in Washington State.
Yes.
They're basically really fucking similar to California's In-N-Out Burger, except not trash.
Very much so.
And Brock validates this as a native-born Californian boy.
Yeah. I've never understood the obsession with In-N-Out.
Me neither. Like, Jessica and her dad would be like, I will fucking drive down to Oregon and go get a fucking In-N-Out burger. And I'm like, you're fucking out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah, and I wouldn't fucking drive 10 minutes out of my way to go to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
But there are really good burger places in Seattle, or in Washington.
Yep.
Like, there's a little spot called Wally's, awesome burger.
Probably the best burger in the state, since that one place by the sub base closed down.
Yeah. But, like, now it's getting to the point where it's like, yeah, if you want a decent burger, you have to go to a sit-down place, and it sucks. And, honestly, in my opinion, Burger King is now, pound for pound, the best fast food burger place.
It might be.
Because McDonald's is McDonald's, you know? It is what it is. It's not...
Well, except for a couple of places that do their special blends on the burgers.
Yeah, but those are franchises.
True, but there's a McChevron here where we live by, and then there's one in Federal Way. And if you get their Big Macs, they season their burger and they use different beef.
Yeah.
So, that sucks.
Yeah.
We just drove by and there was a thin blue line American flag along with a grave beside the road. So I'm assuming a cop died there.
Yeah.
Which sucks, because I don't even know where the fuck we are. We took a wrong turn. There's a bunch of houses to our left. There's a bunch of fucking...
We're just taking an ass backwards way to the same place we were just at.
Yeah.
That was working fine until a customer decided to play with it.
That's not what happened.
It is what happened. Like, look at this.
See, that burger's fucking tiny.
Yeah, this is like... It's a McDonald's burger. And that's not what I go to fucking Carl's Jr. for.
Dude, that burger's fucking... How much did you fucking pay for that?
That was $10.
$10
fries.
for a burger that is, what, 5 inches circumference?
Yeah, I would put it on the level of, like, a Big Mac.
Fuck. Are we fucked here? Because GB is saying proceed to the root and shit. I don't think she talks. I'm gonna turn left. I don't fucking know. Fuck it.
No?
Oh, that looks like a dead end.
It is.
I fucked it up.
Yeah. And again, just like cold bun.
The bun is cold?
Yeah, like the bun is cold.
Huh. Well, we found a Best Buy distribution center by accident.
That's interesting.
Okay. I didn't even know there was one around here. I'm just gonna fucking fit the bitch before I go into that fucking maze. That's Best Buy with a new logo, too.
Yeah.
That's weird. Must be hella new.
Yep, Carl's Jr. is out of my top 5.
The Crisp Cut fries are still, however, excellent.
Yeah, but not enough to, like, stop there.
True. They're too far out of our way.
Well, and that's the great thing. They had the smaller burgers that were reasonably priced, that were on par with McDonald's,
Yep.
but better flavor and stuff. And then they had the premium burgers, which were like full sit-down meal burgers, like at Red Robin.
Yeah, and they advertised up front. It was like, you're paying $5 for the fucking meat.
Yeah.
Like, everything else is extra.
And this
Which is fine, because the burger was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Very disappointing. So, probably a lot of people have asked, where the fuck are these Fork in the Ear shows? It's 2020, we haven't even done a show, it's a new month. What the fuck? And I'm gonna sound like a broken record here, but like, Part of it's been to not feeling it. Part of it has been, I've tried a couple of times, and then my schedule with Brock or my schedule with Brock and Mike just hasn't fucking lined up or whatever.
Yeah.
A Whirlpool Corporation? Man, there are a lot of weird fucking
Warehouse sites.
warehouses out here, wherever we are.
Yeah. I think this is Graham Ham.
Huh?
Graham Ham.
Graham ham?
Graham.
Graham?
Yep.
Oh, it wanted me to turn left there.
Nice.
Oh well. Kind of hard because like we've got the audio recorder going, and it's just like bloop.
Tim has no directional sense at all.
That's not true. I know we're going north.
Are we though?
Yeah.
Are we?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know what happens if I try to go to another app right now. I think it keeps going, but I don't know for sure.
Who knows? But either way, it's been... The holidays were so hectic.
You're done with the burger already?
That's how fucking small it is.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's like a 4-bite burger.
Yeah? And you had a double too.
Yeah.
With guacamole and jalapenos, and you had some kind of like fucking Swiss cheese on there?
Yeah, Swiss.
Or,
It wasn't
or
on.
Fiss cheese?
Swice.
Fake Swiss?
Yeah, the Swice cheese. The K-Swiss cheese.
The craft services, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, with the holidays being so fucking busy, and then just trying to get back into the groove has been just a fucking pain in the ass for us.
Plus, this year has, I mean, it didn't start off good. I'm still going through a lot of pains trying to get a loan because I had to restart all of the loan stuff
After the new year.
after the new year because didn't get the loan the last 3 months, so then it goes stale date, so then you have to start it all over again.
Super annoying.
And then got all the loan stuff. We had to find a lawyer, although Jessica came through on that. She found a lawyer. And then found out that company's credit's good, but my personal financial credit, for the purposes of loan, not like a credit card credit, like a different kind of credit thing, is not good. So,
Let's be honest.
what?
It's Terra bad.
No, it's not Terra bad. It just needs many more thousands of dollars to be in the bank account,
Yeah.
so that I don't look like a fucking poor person.
So you don't look like an irresponsible 5-year-old?
I'm not an irresponsible 5-year-old.
Okay, 6.
I'll say that. 6. It's terrible. So, yeah. So we've been. I mean, like this is a literal insight. This is what me and Brock are like, pretty much every day when we're on the road.
Yeah.
Like just us bitching about burgers and drivers and
Different shows.
on this particular instance, we're recording this on a Friday the what?
7th.
The 7th. At 2:52 p.m. We generally get off at 4:30, but we got to go an hour
Each way.
to this place that we went to that we fixed this morning and was working when we left. Then the dude called and was like, there's a grinding noise, which is a totally different problem than the problem we went there to go fix. So now it's like, fuck.
And we were hoping to be off at 3.
It's Friday. It's Friday, god damn it.
Yep. Disappointing burger. Disappointing day. Disappointing life.
Yeah,
Just disappointment.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure the fucking listeners probably hear about what's new with your kid.
Oh, I mean, my kid is now 5. Yeah.
Why did you have to think about that so
I
long?
don't know how fucking old he is.
You're the dad.
Yeah, I also didn't know he existed until he was like a year and a half old.
Fair.
Until fucking got served. But point is, he's 5 now. He's, still learning all those things that kids learn in pre-K, like not just like the colors and stuff, but like how to be a decent person and like if somebody's doing something you don't like, you don't just walk up and smash them in the face. So, he's getting better.
Yeah.
And that's becoming less of a hard road to hoe, thankfully. Trying to save up money so that hopefully when we do take over this business, we're not fucking dying having, like, when we make that transition of getting paid hourly to, like, just being the bosses and taking whatever we get from, like, actual jobs.
Well, I mean, it won't be whatever we get. I mean, it will be whatever we get, but it'll be a percentage of whatever we get. But then we might not get that percentage because we'll need to have that percentage in the company for like, the first fucking month just to fucking survive.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a thing.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's been a crazy... it's not crazy,
I
just...
feel like it's always been crazy, though.
Yeah.
Like, it has been crazy for too long now.
Yeah, it just needs to settle, and, like, we can coast until we die. And I'll be okay with that.
But not like a lazy coast, like a good coast.
Yeah.
Yes, like the ship's metaphorical sails have wind, and we're heading towards a destination that has predictable currents and wind patterns.
Yeah. We're not in the doldrums.
Doldrum? I don't know what a doldrum is.
So it's like a dead place in the Atlantic, I think.
Like where the Dead Sea Scrolls?
No. So it's like it's a place where it's a really weird convergence where there's almost no current in the ocean and there's so little wind that like there's one called the Horse Straits where the ships would dump entire like ships full of horses out.
The fuck?
Trying to like lighten the load so that they could like fucking try and paddle. Yeah, it's a really bad thing. Like, you remember Master Commander?
Oh, yeah.
When they were, like, they had no wind, they had no current, they had no rain. That's like a doldrum.
They were fucked.
Yeah, that's a doldrum.
That's what they were.
So, but I believe the doldrum is, like, an actual specific location. But we can look this up.
Well, for now, until we lose reception, because we're going off into the boonies at the moment. What about that thing? There's a food truck there. It says Stacks.
It's a burger.
It's a burger. That's ironic.
All right, so the
Yeah,
definition of a doldrum. Its official name is Intertropical Convergence Zone.
That's a lot of things.
Yep, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, known by sailors as the doldrums or the calms because of its monotonous, windless weather, is the area where the northeast and southeast trade winds converge. It encircles the Earth near the thermal equator.
Okay.
Though its specific position varies seasonally, when it lies near the geographic equator, it's called the near equator trough. All right. So there we go.
So it's a trough.
Yeah. So it's like a dead zone. Yeah, it's a dead zone where
Trough death.
you don't want to be.
Okay.
So, thankfully we're not in that because we've been busy all week. Thankfully.
Yeah, that's true. Because our year was kind of slow at the start, the first month.
And it usually is.
Which is true, but it still felt bad. Well, I thought so. I felt bad about it.
I was okay. I'm used to feeling bad though.
I mean, but I felt bad that there wasn't much I could do to help push it along. Like this month already feels way better in that regard.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So, those are things.
Yep.
So let's see what else we talked about for a fucking month, but felt like we should be on a show.
You watched the final season of BoJack.
I did watch the final season of BoJack Horseman.
You said it was very good.
I think it was very good. I thought the first couple episodes were super funny, and then it got super dark, as is par for the course for BoJack. And that, personally, I think they went one episode too far before they, like, ended the show. Like, if they'd ended on the penultimate episode, which means second to the last, in case you don't speak high word food.
No. Pretentious.
If you don't speak pretentious. Yeah, it was good. The irony is that you guys may recall, me and Brock had, not really a bet, but more of like a gentleman's agreement. He was watching all of Rick and Morty that existed at the time, and I watched all of BoJack.
And you love BoJack.
I ended up really liking BoJack. I think my overall problem with BoJack, having seen the entire series, is the first season is kind of not good. Like, the raw materials of a great show are there.
The structure.
Yeah, but they don't know what it is yet. Because it kind of feels like, oh, they're trying to be like a parodic Hollywood parody comedy show. But really, it's like about a dark analysis of like what everybody's searching for.
Exactly.
In life in general.
Yeah.
And they don't really fucking find themselves, so to speak.
Yeah, they don't hit the stride
until like a couple of seasons in, I think.
No, I would say the beginning of the second season definitely hits its stride in that sense.
Yeah, but that's kind of like where the show's at its best. It's like when it's examining hard-hitting truths and like real-life home shit that's
in a very twisted sense of humor.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we're watching a show about a goddamn horseman going through existential crises.
Yes.
And, like, I watched, like, the final 6 episodes, and, like, I'm obviously invested, and I care about the characters and whatnot, but at the same time, like...
Especially Mr. Peanut Butter.
I fucking hate Mr. Peanut Butter, and spoiler, I'm really fucking sad that he did not die. But I was satisfied that he also wasn't entirely happy by the end of the series. So I will take that as he had finally gotten brought down to our level. Or at least the level of the rest of the characters.
Good.
For the most part. But, yeah. I don't know. Like, watch that. I'm excited about Altered Carbon Season 2.
Yeah, which I burned through.
You slept through the first season.
Nah, I didn't sleep through it. I only slept through one episode.
Yeah, and apparently the one episode you shouldn't have slept through.
Yeah, but I went back and rewatched it. That girl is fucking smoking hot.
Yeah.
I went through and binged that show, and a lot of really good things about it. But, like, I just felt like some of the characters were just so bland and one-dimensional that I was like, oh my god, it's another fucking trope of, like, oh, I'm the goodie, but now I'm the baddie, but now I'm the samesies? I don't know. I'm excited for the second season.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm glad they had like a real... Is it still running? I can't see with my sunglasses. Yep, it's still running. Okay, I thought I'd check.
Jesus Christ, it's bright.
Yeah, the fucking... been raining real hard all fucking day, and the sun comes out, and there's so much water on the road that it's just a fucking
giant mirror.
I feel like I'm driving on a mirror right now. Actually feels really warm too. That's fucking ironic. Excited for Altered Carbon Season 2. I've been watching Star Trek Picard. Oh, that's the other thing that happened between shows. I got Jessica into Star Trek The Next Generation, but only... She hasn't seen the series, but she watched all 6 movies, and she's watching Picard, and she's liking Picard. So, that's cool. And the season's really good so far. Slower pace than, like, Star Trek Discovery or the newer movies. But honestly, like, that's okay, because that feels more like Next Generation had like a slower pace.
Well, yeah, they're not constrained with, the time limits of a movie.
It's true.
And they have probably big overarching ideas that they don't need to stitch up in a 30-minute show.
Next Gen was Star Trek was never 30 minutes, dude. Except for the original series.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it's always an hour show.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Point being.
There you go. You're wrong.
Am I though?
Our sushi bets have evolved.
Yep.
I have a legitimate bet tracker now.
Yep.
With rules and conditions. So far, there
Tim
has been
still is a chicken shit and won't take bets. So he's like, oh, I'm not taking that bet.
So far, I'm winning in
By
2020 by one, which
Yeah.
is really the only legitimate.
Because you won't
bet.
take any of my bets.
I knew better than what was that bet yesterday? That would have been dumb.
Oh,
There's
you
something
said that.
about-
You said that Hell Jumpers and ODST were different, and I said
Yeah,
they're the
in
same
Halo.
they're the same
Yeah.
thing. And you're like, no, they're different. I was like, then I bet you sushi, and you wouldn't fucking
And
take it.
I couldn't quite remember which was true, so I wisely chose not to.
No, that's chicken shit.
That's me being a smart betting man.
No, you're terrible.
Smart betting. That's my 2020 outlook. Bet smart. Don't lose to Brock.
But I'm gonna have to just manufacture bettings with you so that you will
Jesus
lose.
Christ.
I will manipulate all the data.
That's terrible. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, well, another little bit earlier today, we were talking about how the ultimate edition of Kingdom Hearts is coming out, and it's all 9 games or 10 games.
Oh shit.
And I was like, you know what they should do is like an hour after release, they should release an update where you can only play the games in order that they were released, not even chronologically in timeline, just in release date. And then when people are losing their fucking minds, you quietly disable that code so that then they can play it again differently.
It's horrible.
I think it's brilliant.
I was saying Brock needs to go fucking live with those 2 games. We looked them up earlier. It was
One Life
and
Ultima something.
Nah, I don't think you're even close to something like Saigon.
No, that's definitely not Saigon.
Something. Anyways, there's 2 video games where you literally pay, but you only get 1 life, and then you're locked out of the game permanently.
Yeah.
And I was saying that Brock is evil, and he should go be with those evil developers of those games.
I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. Since Christmas, you and I have been playing Far Cry 5.
Yes.
Cooperatively. We got the Far Cry New Dawn Ultimate Pack
Yeah, it came
for
with
like $15 or something?
Yeah.
It's on sale on PlayStation.
It came with Far Cry 3, Far Cry 5, Far Cry
It's
New
DLCs.
Dawn. Yeah, but it didn't come with any of the DLCs from Far Cry 3, which was unfortunate.
It's because they didn't remaster those.
Which is stupid.
Which is really dumb. Also didn't have co-op Far Cry 3 or
Yeah.
multiplayer, which was also dumb.
No, Far Cry 3 had multiplayer, just not co-op.
And the remaster?
Oh, in the remaster? I don't know.
I'm talking about the remaster. As far as I
Oh.
know, Far Cry 3 is just
The game.
the game. That's why they call it Far Cry 3 Classic.
Yeah.
Because it's not even really a remaster. I mean, it's the graphics as they were, just up-res,
Yeah,
I guess.
somewhat up-res. Still a great game, though.
So we've been doing that. I think we're almost done with Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about Far Cry 5 is that the fucking AI is super unpredictable in that game. And I don't mean like, oh, it flanks you like a bitch. I think like you'll be driving along the road and like a bear will attack you, but then a semi-truck will hit that bear, killing it instantly.
Yeah.
And then you'll get randomly ambushed. And it's like, what the fuck just happened in this carnage of carnageness?
And then the worst thing about Far Cry 5 is the absolute railroading it does when you're on missions. Like, you'll complete an arbitrary outpost or whatever that you've captured, and then it's like, oh, you're being hunted, and one of the leaders will come over your radio and be like, I'm gonna get ya. And then you'll hop in a helicopter and go about your merry
Yeah, you'll
fucking
be
way.
mid-air, and
then an
suddenly
arrow.
you will be tranked
Yeah.
in the neck somehow
Yeah.
at like 10,000 feet. And
there's nothing you can do about it. Like, you don't even have the option to fight them off, to, like, have them send a stronger attack group.
Yeah.
Which fucking annoys me. And then, on top of that, the hallucination sequences
Are garbage.
Are arbitrary. Like,
And garbage.
yeah. Like, you'll just be randomly walking, and you're going about your merry way again, and then it's just like the flick of a switch, you're hallucinating, and you wake up like 900 miles from where you last were, and it's like, oh, you know what would have been really great? If, like, you would stumbled across the drug that is prevalent in this game, and then you start hallucinating, and then you do all your travel via Vision Quest. But no. So that's a really fucking shitty, annoying part.
Yep.
And it's really, poorly and lazily written.
I mean, the main campaign is. I think the side quest stuff is written better.
Agreed.
Yeah, so we've been doing that. Been playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege lately, which I've always been playing since day one. But now my whole PlayStation crew / whole Destiny clan, they're all into it now. Jessica's into it. We're playing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, which is pretty fantastic, playing with like a full squad of all your friends.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
Which I've never experienced. You would like it. I know you're really against multiplayer games.
I like multiplayer games. I just I don't want a game that is only multiplayer.
I mean, fair. I mean, I'm not gonna try to convince you otherwise on Rainbow Six. I'm just saying you would have a really fun time with all the insane tactics.
I'm sure I do.
Because at the end of the day, it's really the only great Tom Clancy game in like the last ever. Like, it's the only.
I liked Vegas.
But I'm saying, like, there hasn't been a fucking Splinter Cell or a Hawks or. I mean, I guess technically there's new Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
There's
Breakpoint.
Whatchamacallit. They just had the sequel last year, The Division.
Oh yeah, The Division.
But from like the old stable of classic.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Tom Clancy games. It's like the only one this generation, really.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I really like Destiny. I think it's fun. I don't like the way Destiny 2 is set up with the way the buying missions and stuff like that. I think it's kind of silly.
Yeah, and I got turned off of Destiny 2. Actually, my whole clan did, for that matter. We got turned off Destiny 2 hard on the second season, which has something to do with Osiris. We haven't even played it. We didn't get it. We switched to other games.
Yeah.
Plus, the quest system was fucking garbage.
Yeah, that was a big turnoff for me. Because I thoroughly enjoyed it, but, like, trying to find any kind of mainline quest was just really annoying. And the way they built the quest system of, like, oh, go find this. But really, now you have 9 other steps you have to do. Like, okay, I'm not doing this. Especially for something that should just be a simple fetch quest.
Well, I know there's a petition going on right now to let quests be account-wide rather than character.
Okay.
Which would be good, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with Destiny. But I'm back to not caring, which is unfortunate because I was like really into it for several months.
Yeah, you were.
And like it was back, and everything was good and fun, except for the quest system. And yeah, I mean it's the same fucking habitual problem that Destiny has always had. Great content, burn through it, and then all the fucking intermediate content is just still kind of shitty. And like I don't want to fucking spend my time with that shit.
Yeah.
You know? You and I have been playing a mobile MMORPG.
Yep.
We've been playing Black Desert Mobile. since last October.
I don't know if I'd really call it an RPG. It's not.
I mean, it is.
It's not a traditional RPG where you pick your stats or whatever. Like you have a class. I mean, and your class, you're stuck with that class of abilities. And then
you level up your abilities.
And then you level your abilities up, but you don't have any kind of like cool distinctions out of those abilities. You just have to go.
You can't use all the abilities at once, so your loadout of your abilities is different. And like, unless you have those equipped, you're not going to level up the other abilities.
Exactly. And it's kind of annoying, but for a time killer, then I like grindy games.
It is very grindy, but it's a fun grind.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is it's not like... So, for example, like, let's take Destiny. And they'll have, obviously, a fucking bounty or something. It'd be do 50 of whatever, right? And then you gotta go do 50 or whatever. So, in Black Desert Mobile, you have to do that. But you can also just hit, auto. And it goes and does that for you. And you just need to accept the quest steps and make a couple of decisions here and there.
Yeah.
So, I think the beauty of Black Desert Mobile, other than the fact that it's a gorgeous looking game when you max out the settings, like it looks, It looks like a fucking legitimate, fuck you, our MMO looks better than any other fucking MMO. I mean, normal MMO, even if it was on fucking PC, it looks fucking gorgeous, a game. And I know the main MMO on consoles and stuff is a very good looking MMO, but even on mobile it is a gorgeous looking MMO.
Yeah.
Fully voiced. I mean, I don't particularly care too much for the story because it's kind of cookie cutter.
It's very generic.
It is a Korean MMORPG, so that definitely has something to do with it. But it's cool that all the NPCs are fully voiced and not even shittily voiced either. The acting's good.
Yeah.
The writing is not terrible. It's just the base story is very cookie cutter. There's a bad dude who's working for another bad dude. Go kill them.
Kill bad dudes.
Yeah, because they're bad. Basically the gist of it.
I mean, it feels like you get more out of it than some of the games that have been released recently. In my opinion. And I like that it's mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can just set my phone up and it'll grind out some of the stuff that I need and not have to sit there and babysit it like you do with Destiny.
Well, or literally any other major RPG. That's what I like about it. The grinding aspect of it can be as frustrating or not as frustrating as you want it to be.
Yeah.
For example, there's also a full-featured town building. There's also they call it Node War, which is taking over different territories thing that happens globally. There's raids, which are fairly simple.
Yeah.
Nothing as complicated as Destiny raid. Usually just a big ass boss, and you gotta
beat
dodge
the shit out of it.
They remind me of God of War bosses, honestly, where you gotta dodge at certain points, jump over tentacles or arms, or there's a big bird thing you fight.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's fun, and I find myself I got a few minutes, so I'm playing Black Desert Mobile.
Yeah.
A few minutes here, playing Black Desert Mobile. I'm stuck in traffic, not recording a podcast for my show on a fucking built-in recorder on my iPhone. I'm gonna play Black Desert Mobile.
Somebody got hurt at the chainsaw place.
What?
Yeah, the little chainsaw art. Or the ambulance.
I thought that used to be a gun shop.
No, gun shop's right here.
Oh.
In an old church.
Yep.
Just the way God intended.
I mean, we are passing an old church, and it is a gun shop.
Yeah.
It is what it is as we drive.
This
right next to the barbecue place, the fucking the judo shop, the bar,
the butchery,
and then the butcher's right across the river.
And then trailer parks.
Yeah. It is surprisingly odd how... I've said this a lot on Oregon Your Ear over the years. Washington State is super schizophrenic. You go 10 miles in any direction and, the country totally changes.
Yeah. The social...
This feels super southern. You go fucking north, it's hella metro. You go west, it's like, what's the
agricultural?
What's the word for Olympia?
Olympia. It's very like it's not inner city, but it's like hippie and like free love and
word
punk.
for it.
New agey?
Nah, not trendy, not emo. The other one,
It's trendy.
like Oregon people.
Yeah.
What's
trendy.
the word I'm looking for? Not trendy. There's like a specific word.
Alternative lifestyle?
No, there's another one.
Nah,
Hipster.
hipster.
There it is.
Hipster.
Fucking hella hipster.
Yeah, Olympia's like the where everybody goes to be different and the same all at the same time.
Yeah.
That's where those people go. I'm so different. I'm gonna go to Portland.
Yep. That's our state capital.
Yep.
Good job. And like to my left right now, it's like full farmland. But it's then to the right of that, like on this same road, is a fucking Walmart supercenter.
Yup.
Like I don't even understand the state sometimes. Like there's just like, I don't know. Washington is like everything,
It is.
which I guess is kind of cool.
Yeah, you can go north or a little bit northeast, and you get high mountains, and you get the Rockies, or what is it? Not the Rockies. The Olympic. You have the Olympics to the east or the west.
What's the one that's like that away?
Those are the Olympics going out towards the coast.
Well, what's the one by Rainier? Isn't that the Rockies?
I think that is the Rock.
Yeah. Isn't Mount Rainier part of the Rockies?
I think it is.
Yeah. We don't know things.
Yeah,
But that's what we think it is.
It's a part of the Rocky Mountain Range. Whatever. Point is like you have all that, and then you go more east, and then you have high Sierra plateaus and desert, and then a little more east, you get into full-on agricultural. Then a little more east, you're basically in
Don't forget
Idaho.
we have some wine countries here.
Yeah, there's tons of wine country on the east side, which is pretty cool. And you go south, you get places like Olympia and
That store literally says kegs to go.
nice.
That's kind of funny.
kegs to go.
Yum liquor. Great wine selections.
The shitty thing about Washington is like you get arbitrary fucking bans on vape juice.
Go forth, my child. Man, I don't give a shit, but I mean, I give a little shit because I liked it better when you were vaping.
Me too.
Rather than your fucking horrible fucking Camel. What the fuck is this box?
Camel Crush.
This Camel Crush, regular, and then a plus sign.
Yep.
Fresh. Fucking Crush. One click. What the fuck does the click mean?
It's
It
got a
changes
little-
everything.
It's got a little like a
the moment.
flavor ball that you crush.
A flavor ball?
Yeah.
Do you fucking hear yourself right
Dude,
now?
it's their fucking
It is
branding.
so dumb.
It's their branding. I think it even says flavor ball.
I don't even fucking smoke anymore, and that's fucking dumb.
It is dumb, but they're cheap.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it better than when I vaped too. It was fucking tastier. It's arguably healthier. Like honestly, I just liked not smelling like smoke
Yeah.
and being able to do it inside when it's cold out. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I didn't mind the smells of those things. Except for that one you had that was like mango passion fruit or something.
Yeah,
Smelled
it
like
wasn't very
fucking
good.
shit.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
It's garbage. And I was like, oh my god, stop that. And he's like, I'm almost done with it.
Yeah,
It was like, you're like, I bought it, I'm gonna go through it.
Yeah, like I gotta
Like
go
a buyer's remorse.
Yeah. It's like, well, I bought it. Now I gotta use it.
No, that's true.
It's like having children.
That's fucking horrible. Oh man. We've talked a lot about, and this is not on the show obviously, but so next generation consoles.
Yeah.
Microsoft's Xbox Series X.
Tower 9 Plus Ultra.
It's not that big. It's a foot tall. It's not even that tall. And it can lay on its side.
Don't they call it? Oh no, they call it the monolith.
That's true. Microsoft
monolith.
officially refers to it as a monolith, which we argued about. We looked it up. It does technically, legally, word police wise make sense. Even though when I think of a monolith, I think of the fucking 2001 Space Odyssey monolith.
And I think of the Washington DC monument.
That's a monument, not a monolith.
No, but it is a monolith that is a monument. We looked this up.
Yeah,
Like
I remember us arguing about it for
Yes.
like days.
And that's what I think of when I think of monolith. But back to the actual important part is that like Xbox is fucking light years ahead of what PlayStation is.
So, again, as far as anyone can tell, so something that's not being reported about on traditional video games news media. So I follow a YouTube series that's done by Eurogamer called Digital Foundry, and they're the fucking British nerds who like chip dissect and analyze like video game frame rates and all this stuff. And according to an AMD memo, AMD is of course the company that owns ATI and makes all of the hardware, or at least the chipset for both Sony and Microsoft consoles presently, and will continue doing so for next generation. According to a leaked memo based on the custom architecture of the different, I think it's called the Navi Zen 2 chipset, which Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are going to be using. AMD's internal memo on the chipsets, unless they're old, you know, like maybe they got something newer in the works, but according to official documents that you can look up on their website, it looks like the PlayStation 5 is going to be more heavily based on the existing architecture of the PS4 Pro, and that it will be like 35% weaker in overall hardware performance than the Xbox console.
And they haven't even gotten their backwards compatibility fixed yet.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Sony's message on backwards compatibility or cross-generation compatibility is seemingly non-existent, because back last year when they started talking about next gen, they were like, oh yeah, it's going to be fully backwards compatible with the PS4. You're going to be able to play your games, PS5, and everything's good. The most recent thing that was stated on that by the lead system architect of Systems Sony, which was very concerning,
was that
they're still working on it. And in this age where the fucking debug kits for Xbox are already here, and devs are already rumored and mumbling and talking about how powerful it is, like,
or lack thereof.
No, I'm talking about the Xbox.
Oh, the Xbox.
Like, and they're like, yeah, like this is a thing. There's going to be a power gap again.
Yeah, and PlayStation is not going to... I think PlayStation should just not release this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
They should just...
I don't know what's going on with that.
They should buckle down, because honestly, from everything that I've read, the PlayStation 5 looks like a PlayStation 4 Plus.
No, you mean a PlayStation 4 Pro 2.
Yes.
Is really what it's
2
shipping.
Plus. That's all it sounds like to me. So why would you even do that? Like, just not release your PlayStation 5 until you can at least have comparable hardware output like the Xbox and backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Sony. Like, they're really weird. They announced their fucking Sony car at Consumer Electronics Show 2020 here last month.
Dumb.
They showed the official logo of the PS5. Surprising. They're nobody that it looks identical to the PS4.
And their PlayStation 5 website's up too.
Yeah, their PlayStation 5 website is up with literally no information on it. What the fuck?
It says it's coming soon.
Doing, Sony?
It says it's coming soon.
This is some fucking PS3 era Sony bullshit, and like it's causing this era's like PlayStation fanboys like Brock to seriously being like he's already been basically stated, like, if the fucking PlayStation 4 doesn't have backwards
5.
Thank you.
Yeah,
The PlayStation 5 doesn't have full backwards compatibility, fuck PlayStation, I'm jumping to Xbox.
Yeah. And I was actually an Xbox fanboy, like, originally. I mean, it just, like, the PlayStation didn't do enough for me back in the day, and now it's kind of, like, it did a lot, don't get me wrong, back in the day.
I mean, but here's the thing, though. We're also at a point where our game consoles don't need to fucking have Netflix and all this shit.
No.
Because they're either built into our TVs, or we have an all-in-one streamer box.
Or you can mirror it to your fucking TV.
Yeah, or just mirror it from your
With your
fucking
phone, yeah.
Because your phone's doing it anyway.
So, if somebody handed me a fucking stripped down, like, make it a fucking Switch at this fucking point. Like, just, it only plays video games. Like,
I mean, technically the Switch has comic books and Hulu.
I know, but
you know,
that's new. That, like, comic books and stuff like that, it's not.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, we've seen the ports on the back of the Xbox Series X. It does not have an HDMI in like the previous Xboxes had, or Xbox Ones have had. And there's actually like a little slit that everybody's like, oh, what is this for? And Microsoft confirmed just the other day that it's for expandable high-speed memory.
Yeah.
Or not memory, like hard drive.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's another thing you and I discussed a lot about, is that this next generation is going to have SSDs and a minimum of a terabyte drive.
I mean, maybe, but the thing is like that costs a lot of fucking money. So,
but honestly, I'd be willing to pay that.
If you look on YouTube, because basically the specs, aside from whatever actual custom silicone's in them, the specs are basically in concrete with the exception of how much memory the Xbox Series X has. I watched a bunch of YouTubers who are like professional PC builders, and they're like, I'm going to try and build a tower PC that has what's, the leaked specs and the confirmed specs of the Series X. And nobody could build a Series X for less than $800 with off-the-shelf comparable PC parts.
And that's the thing, though. It's like, if it is going to do everything that it's claiming to do, I would honestly be okay paying that. But if it was the same for the PlayStation 4 or 5, sorry. If the PlayStation 5 boasted those same thing, like, I'm at a point in my life where, like, I want the best. That's why I was a PC gamer. I liked building computers, and I liked having, like, cranking the fucking most out of everything on games. Well, but, like, yeah, they're gonna have to figure some stuff out with their memory and their hard drives. Because games are not gonna get any smaller. Games are just gonna continually get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And, like, I do not want another fiasco like with Anthem, where Anthem had fucking 5-6 minute load times.
I mean, they fixed those since then, but yes.
I mean,
at the start, yes. But really, not excusing the fact that it had shitty load times, but it is well documented that Anthem's, like, their engine that they're running on, the fucking Frostbite engine, like, they got, like, the fucking shitty BT to fucking put that engine together for them.
Yeah. But the point is that that's what we're going to, is bigger games, longer load times.
Right, and it's cool that both Microsoft and Sony have put their foots in the sand and been like, yeah, we are both putting our feet in the sand and saying, like, Sony has said that they've had, or are going to have, supposedly, the fastest next generation solid state drive that, like, you've never even seen on PC. Whereas Microsoft has put their foot in the sand and said, we have the best presently available SSD. But, like, the thing is like, people don't realize that, like, So I believe, and feel free to somebody like fucking yell at me later on Discord or whatever, but my understanding is, so a Blu-ray, what the fuck are you doing, you piece of shit Subaru?
Oh, now he decides to speed up.
Fucking goddamn slow ass piece of shit. Sorry, folks. Red rage. And now he's turning! Hurry up! Dumb fucking.
Crash into him.
No, I don't want to crash into him.
Crash into him. Then we don't have to go to this job.
I mean, we'll be there, what, like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I think it's around the corner here. Oh no, there it is.
Okay.
7 miles away. Okay.
So back to the solid state drives.
So a Blu-ray read-write speed, or not write speed, but a read speed, I think is between 40 and 80 megabytes a second.
Okay.
I might be wrong on that. But I remember watching the video where they were saying, like, you have that read-write speed, so, like, that's the speed that the PS4 and the Xbox One X can read from the Blu-ray to either write to your hard drive or whatever. Like, that's the speed it can stream the data to the CPU, basically. That's the bottleneck. Versus literally any SSD has speeds of, like, 490. Like, it's such an exponential, like, leap forward.
Yeah, it's a huge leap.
And the other thing that got my fucking kind of brain thinking about stuff is, I know on iPhones that on some video games there is coding because they've had SSDs in them since the very fucking beginning, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think they're called SSDs, but it's basically affectionately the same thing. Is that their technology on phones is so fast that SSDs can essentially be virtual RAM.
Yeah.
And so it's theorized that both Microsoft and Sony's PS5 are going to heavily revolve around some kind of technology involving that, which could potentially be why Microsoft hasn't said anything about the RAM built into it, because it may not matter like it's mattered on this generation. You know, like, yes, you know, super duper fast RAM, and they've said, I think they're getting GDR6 RAM. I think they both said they're getting GDR6.
Okay.
Which is super fast, ultra fucking fast RAM.
Super fast.
But, like, so it's gonna have that, and they're both supposed to have, like, fucking kick-ass SSDs. So it'll be interesting to see what actually happens, because, like, it'll be really interesting, because, like, Sony hasn't said shit really about their specs or, like, what they're really trying to do, other than they talked about some weird stuff about, like, being able to, like, preload your level before the fucking console's turned on, and, like, they're gonna try to eliminate loading, and they're doing something with, like, a 3D audio chip that we know for sure, and all these kinds of weird Sony, almost PS3 type, like, hyperbole, which was possible in PS3, but, like, nobody cared, like, the common developer didn't use it, or
nobody
whatever.
wanted to use it.
You know? Because if I remember correctly, like, Xbox 360 had, like, 5.1 decoding, but PS3 could do, like, 7.2 out of the box.
Yeah.
But it's like, who the fuck had a 7.2 system? You know? Like, I'm one of the few people I know who, like, loves video games that even cares about audio. And I have a 5.2.3 setup?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a weird thing of a joke.
Yeah.
But it's like,
they pick really silly things to, like, hone in on, like audio.
I mean,
it's like, how about you get
I feel it's a valid point that audio hasn't advanced in over a decade on gaming, you know. But it's also like,
who gives a fuck if you can't like develop a game for it?
I care, but I feel like I'm in the minority of it.
But if you can't develop a game for it, which the PS3 was notorious for, like, why does it matter how good the audio is?
Well, and that's the thing about like these special console exclusive features. Like if you look at any Switch port, like nobody's really using the 3D or HD rumble on Switches if it's already on PS4 and stuff.
Yeah.
Yet when you play a Nintendo game, like you can feel that it makes a little bit of a difference. You can tell that it's a little different. It's the same thing that happened on Xbox One with its impulse triggers, which have been there since day one and everybody forgets about. And there's technically 4 rumble motors in an Xbox One controller. And there's 2 little micro ones and the tips of the triggers. And I've only ever seen them used in fucking Forza games for like braking and then like the different guns in Halo. Like, and they're not even used on some of their own fucking Microsoft games. Like I play Sea of Thieves. It's made by Rare, which is owned by Microsoft.
And they don't use it.
Fucking impulse triggers aren't even fucking used. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I get that they're there to distinguish themselves. And I like cool new shit like this. Like the stuff that's been announced for the PlayStation 5 controller with the adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
Like how the fuck are those going to work?
And who's going to want to develop for it?
That's the other thing.
Like, that's, like, it's super cool that we have 9.5 audio, but if nobody's going to develop a game that uses that...
I mean, that's not a real specification, but I understand what you're saying.
What's the point of it?
True.
Like, it is super cool to own a Ferrari, but you are legally not allowed to go above whatever your state's limit is. And it's like, so what's the point of owning a fucking Ferrari?
Yeah.
Other than it's just like, I have the money and the fucking, like, I can't. Like, that's not a good reason to develop something for your system, which is already gasping for air.
Yep.
And I really feel like if Sony releases, when it's supposedly releasing this year, the PlayStation 5 is going to be dead on arrival. And then when they finally catch up with their PlayStation 5 Pro 2, then it might get some traction.
But here's the other thing. We don't know how PlayStation 5 is handling its next generation stuff. We know how Xbox is handling their stuff, because Microsoft has said all first-party Microsoft games will run all the way from the original Xbox One to the new Series X.
Yeah.
As for what third-party developers do with their games, they said that's up to them.
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation 5, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, is it going to be another thing like last generation where there's a box for a PlayStation 4 version and a box for the PlayStation 5 version?
So dumb.
We don't even fucking know.
So dumb.
Sony hasn't said shit. And Microsoft's just like, hey, we're here. We're ready to fucking lay down the goddamn law.
Well, and honestly, I think that is for the best in Sony to not say anything. Because I think they got a fucking real rude awakening when Microsoft dropped that bomb at E3?
No. It was at the Game Awards.
At the Game Awards.
2019, December. They're just like, here's the console.
Yeah, like, I think it was
done.
I think it was a really
We're a
smart
year away.
move.
We are ready to go.
Yeah, like, I think it's a smart move that Sony is not trying to, like, puff up and do anything stupid.
I'm sure that caught Sony off guard.
And
there's no way it didn't.
But I think they're probably scrambling to, like, even, like, as far as I know, they're scrambling just to get their backwards compatibility off the ground.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't make Sony look good.
No.
And it's possible Sony's waiting until after Xbox has their E3 press conference to announce anything.
Which is,
like,
as much as I'm bragging on them for not saying anything, it's probably the best, like, financial and, like, like, oh, Jesus. God, you're a terrible driver.
Fuck you. It was a fucking big bump.
You mean a curb?
Yeah. Yeah, curb.
Fucking dumbass. It was a big bump. You mean the curb?
Yeah, the curb. It's bumpy. Bumpy when you drive over them. All right. Well, we've arrived at our work destination, so
we'll continue this later.
Yeah. All right.
try this again. Our service engine light's back on. Not good. Had a lot of van. That's the other thing that happens. We had a lot of van troubles. We're recording, by the way. I'm gonna try going to other apps and see what happens. This is still recording.
Okay.
I think I could do other apps.
Just don't put on your fucking Maps app.
Why?
Because she's an annoying bitch.
She doesn't talk when it's recording.
Okay,
I had it
good.
running the whole fucking time.
Good. She shouldn't ever talk.
Oh, fuck. We have to go back to the shop, huh? To get your car.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's 2 seconds away, you fucking whiny bitch. And you were fucking 15 minutes late this morning, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm not 15 minutes late. I was 12. There's a difference.
Whatever.
There's a fucking difference. Is it still recording?
Yep.
It says it's still going. All right, we're trying it. I'm using other fucking apps. They'll let me fucking do it while like playing Black Desert Mobile while I'm driving.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I'm gonna try. We'll see what fucking happens. Okay, come on. My hours tracking app. Come on. It's having a heart attack. Do it. Oh, good. My fucking watch charger thing seems like it actually is charging decently. It's still going. Look at you causing all that dead.
You're the one fucking around with your phone.
I'm not
Or
fucking around with my phone. I'm
around with your-
charging my watch.
Yeah, you could have waited to
And-
charge it then.
And I'm gonna get my pistachios. I like pistachios.
I love pistachios too.
I like them even better when they're like unshelled.
That's fucking stupid. Half the point of pistachios.
But if I'm driving, I'm not gonna fucking
Why wouldn't you?
tear open.
Oh, this
pistachio.
comes from the guy who literally drives off the road trying to fucking do a boss raid.
I mean, but that's different.
No, it's not.
It's very different.
Now, eating
Super
pistachios. Okay, when this goes up, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna have to turn the air conditioning on because it's fogging up in here.
You decide what's more dangerous: boss raiding while driving, or opening pistachios. That's the vote that they should do.
See if I do low, maybe.
Yeah, low.
Just try it on low. Just trying to keep the fog off the fucking windshield.
All right. So
Things fixed. GPS is on. Clocked out, back into travel time.
oh, Jesus Christ.
My Pokemon's still running. That's good. How many apps can Tim run on his iPhone? The answer is a fuckload.
Until you burn it up and it overheats.
Well, see, here's the thing, dear listeners. I actually did some research, and I actually have a special case for my iPhone. I have a Razer case made by the PC brand, and it has thermal paste impregnated into backing velvet with air holes for the heat dissipation, and it actually works. But it's true, I did buy it
so
because
gimmicky
running the
that
GPS and all the other apps and Black Desert Mobile was overheating my phone. That is true. That is also
It's
true.
impregnated with cooling stones and has
Cooling.
it has fireworms in it to absorb the heat.
Yeah, they eat the fire.
It's so dumb. It's so gimmicky. Like, have you even looked up reviews on it?
Yeah, it's got sold reviews. I even watched a YouTube video who was testing with the laser thermal probes,
Okay.
and this makes your iPhone run 20 degrees cooler, which for a phone that sits at about 50 to 90 degrees on its
Yeah.
operational temperature, obviously climate depending as well. Like, that's a fucking significant heat
It is.
dissipation.
Dissipation. No.
Dissipation.
Smack you with your dispension.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's see. Make sure the GPS tracker
So this is another insight into like our work life. So like I usually have I don't need the podcast app running. That's not necessary. We're listening to Colin's Last Stand Knockback. So I got the Maps app running.
Yeah.
I have another app called Arc,
Which is dumb.
No, it's not. It helps us track our fucking time.
I track
by
my time.
GPS.
I track my time.
And every time we're like, oh fuck, we forgot the fucking to clock in and out. What's the GPS tracker say? We say that like 6 times a day. That's why we have it.
So dumb.
You're dumb. You don't like that Carl's Jr. burger you were fucking eating.
No, that Carl's Jr. was just so disappointing.
Yeah.
Like most of my life.
Well, now you do sound like broken records because you made that joke earlier.
I know.
That's fucking sad.
Here
we go.
Let's go back to PlayStation.
I mean, we were talking pretty hard about it. I feel like we made all of our salient points.
Yeah.
I hear from our listener, Nate Fu and Burning Wing, who can never seem to get their schedules together to get onto the show. Calling you guys out. To both be on the show to argue your points for Google Stadia, which I know you both have. And I know Nate Fu has xCloud as well, which annoys me a little bit because I would like to try out xCloud. But they're only beta testing fucking the Android version, and I don't know why. Like, it's gonna be on iOS and fucking Switch. Why would you not willingly beta test those two? Like, I don't get it.
I mean, personally, I think fucking Stadia was dead on arrival. Like, they released it with such big fanfare, but it literally did nothing that they said it would do. And even less, actually.
Yeah, if you go to the Reddit, they're all still pretty angry. They're also angry that there's no new games.
You're good after this for
I'm not good at all over here. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you were.
Oh,
fucking idiot.
Oh. There we go.
God. I'm not good. I only have 5 miles of clear space.
It's not 5 miles. That was like 10 car lengths.
That's good enough.
That's like some feetage.
Footage.
Some things I do on purpose. Others I do just to annoy you.
Easy peasy.
If I can... God, I fucking hate that. That's the other thing this fucking bitch over here says all the time is easy peasy.
Well, I used to say it because I
annoying.
love saying easy peasy, and then
So dumb.
Tim was like, that is so annoying. And then like 2 weeks after Tim tells me how annoyed it makes him, he finds out the game that he's like grinding on currently at that point. That's all the victory chant this character says is easy peasy. But it's in a very British Cockney accent. So it's like easy peasy.
But like a young person, easy peasy.
Still amazing.
It's terrible.
Easy peasy.
I hate it. Actually. Hate it so much.
So back to the Stadia. So after its release, literally dead silence, other than the absolute rage that I had seen from articles and Reddit, and then nothing else. Like Stadia, Google hasn't released any statements, or whether they're trying to quietly roll out these things that they had promised. I don't even know, because I haven't seen anything that says, oh yeah, now you can actually play video games.
I mean, Nate said he's played.
Yeah, but do you remember the
Destiny successfully?
The litany of things he had to do to set it up?
I don't actually.
Like, he had to have it mirrored through his phone from his keyboard into his laptop to the Stadia.
Yeah, that does suck.
Like,
supposedly they finally got their Chromecast update, so all the Chromecasts can do it correctly now.
I mean, essentially you paid fucking $400 for a Chromecast. That didn't work.
It wasn't $400.
How much was it?
I thought the fucking Founders Kit was like $180.
No way.
It's still a lot of money.
Yeah, for something that didn't work?
Yeah, because the controller was like $80. The Chromecast is like... It's like a Chromecast 4K Ultra, and that's like thrown in for like... stuff. Plus you have your $60 subscription.
Your monthly subscription?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, like... People are still active, like, I don't know.
They don't even have their fucking free tier app.
Yeah.
Like, if they want this fucking thing to work, they gotta do their free tier.
I agree.
But maybe they're scared to launch their free tier because they still got so many bugs to work out. I mean, that's probably it.
Or they're worried that it would financially ruin them.
I mean, it's Google. Think about all the fucking terrible financial steps that they've done lately. Like, this fucking YouTube thing. Like, the fucking YouTube CEO, or whatever, announced just this week that YouTube in 2019 made $17 billion in ad revenue.
Yeah.
And they can't fucking pay their content creators.
Yeah, and they've banned and demonetized some of their biggest fucking
it's crazy.
content creators.
Google's fucking insane. I've been saying this for years. For years now. And yes, I will also admit to being an Apple zealot. But at least fucking Microsoft always states in the fine print how they're fucking you over.
Yeah.
Like, they are upfront about it. Whereas Google just fucking like, today we are going to fuck over all YouTubers.
Yeah.
Today we're going to fuck over gamers. Today we're gonna fuck over fucking, like, they just, I don't know. It just seems insane.
I mean, didn't the Founders launch, like, have an abysmal fucking sell? Like, it didn't do well in sales.
I have no idea, honestly. Like, I can't. Maybe you'll have to Google the one thing that you can actually use Google for, which is Google.
Right?
Which is another thing that kind of makes it fucking weird when you're talking about Google, right? Like, just Google it, you're referring to the search engine. But yet, we're talking about Google Stadia.
So let's, I'll look up what the Stadia's launch revenue was.
I mean, in other news, I read just the other day on IGN that Nintendo Switch has surpassed the lifetime sales of Xbox One. So it would go PS4, Switch, Xbox One in terms of sales.
That, I mean, honestly, it's not surprising.
It's not surprising because they had like a crazy runaway freight train. Oh, there's some schwans in the fucking Schwans. Yeah, I did say it a little weird.
You said it like the ice cream place Schwans.
Like the ice cream? It's pronounced the same way.
It's Swan.
Yeah, Schwan.
And then Schwan.
I don't understand what's happening right now. They're pronounced the same way. Schwan.
No, Swan.
Schwan.
Swan.
Schwan.
No, Swan.
Swan.
No.
What the fuck is happening?
It's say library.
Library.
No. Library.
Library.
There you go. Now it's Schwan.
Schwan.
I'll kill you. I'm gonna drive this fucking car off the road and I'm not even driving. It's Swan and Schwan.
Schwan and Schwans.
Now you're just being an asshole.
I literally don't know what's happening. I'm saying Schwan the same way every time.
Yes, it's wrong. There are swans and then there are Schwans.
Schwans and Schwans.
No.
Schwartzes and Schwartzes.
No. It's wrong.
Say Cubert.
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 See? It's the same fucking thing!
No. No, it's not. Swan and Schwan. Totally different.
I feel like you're in the wrong on this one.
No, you're in the wrong.
Listeners, you decide.
Okay.
Write us on podcast feedback on our Discord, which you can find by going to our Twitter at GetForkPod.
Oh, God. God. Jesus Christ. Okay, so basically, the Stadia underperformed across the board in all sales. Both its founders kit, its regular.
But, like, what were their sales? Does anybody know, or is Google not saying?
Different kind of launch for the Infinite. It's saying it's too difficult to judge right now. And this is from a November 26, 2019. So this was...
How is it too difficult to judge? They have subscriptions, so they would know that number, and they have a controller hardware bundle. Like, you would know what you've sold.
Yeah, it's...
So they're not saying. That's what they're saying.
I mean, I don't know. So basically, like, the only thing this is doing is proving, like, a test run for what Google should probably do next.
It's dumb. It's dumb. Sorry, it's dumb.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded. I think the Stadia was the absolute not anything the gaming community needed. It detracts from gaming. Like, as a whole.
Yeah. Especially because it seems like xCloud's gonna crush it.
Yeah, it will.
The other weird thing, though, is I heard that, I haven't done any research whatsoever, but I know that NVIDIA's just launched their own streaming service this week.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's called GeForce Now.
Okay. What's it streaming?
I don't know. Games?
Okay. But, like, what games?
The games that can run on NVIDIA Shield shit,
Okay.
I think.
Does
maybe?
it...
I don't know. Fucking Google it.
I might.
This is what I tell Brock all the time because, like, I'm driving.
What's it called? GeForce Network?
GeForce Now, like their GPUs. GeForce.
I know. GeForce Now.
So it'd be GE Force.
Yeah. Play a game.
Now.
But, like, are they going to be getting exclusives? Like,
I have no idea. I'd assume it's just streaming PC games because that's what they do. With the exception of the Switch.
I mean,
chipset.
Just their little highlight reel. It's like Dead by Daylight, Warframe, Path of Exile, Mordo, Paladins. Mordhau. It's that weird VR game that I keep showing you videos about, where, like, people are, like, throwing spears and...
Oh, like that fucking, like, combat game that's, like, broken, but broken on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, that does look pretty awesome.
Dauntless, Plague Tale, like, it's nothing...
So, PC games.
Yeah, it's nothing special in my opinion.
That's what I thought.
Which is silly, like, these people are coming way too late.
But isn't that
into
library bigger than fucking Stadia's?
Probably.
I mean...
But I mean, like, here's the thing. It's like, if you're going to break into a market that's already dominated by 3 different players, you have to offer something.
But here's the thing. So my understanding is they're doing a Trojan horse thing. So NVIDIA's Shield tablets and then the Shield TV devices, set-top boxes,
Okay.
have sold well.
Okay.
And CNET just revealed their latest one, which is oddly, it's a tube. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's like an NVIDIA Shield tube.
Okay.
And they said it was the best streaming device you can get besides an Apple TV.
For just streaming in general, not...
Yeah, streaming in general.
Okay. Okay.
They're saying their interface is really clean, it works really good, it's very powerful. And so that will have that GeForce Now shit on it.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
You can plug in
So
some kind of
basically-
controller.
So basically, they've already out-Stadia the Stadia, and they don't have a subscription fee.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. Did they have a subscription fee there? How did that work?
I didn't see it.
Do you just buy a game and stream it, or is there a subscription fee?
It looked like it was just you buy the game.
I mean, that's cool. That's an xCloud approach.
You bought it, you own it.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
Ah, literally fucking, you bought it, you own it. Like, stream it anytime? Is that what it says?
You make your purchases on your personal store account. Your games will always stay with you.
See? God damn it.
Start playing for free.
Oh.
Join GeForce Now, start playing for free, or upgrade your membership for faster access to our cloud game servers. It's already out Stadia at the Stadia.
Well,
And this was released last week?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
And, oh man, that controller's fucking sick.
What's the controller look like?
It's a fucking Switch. You can it's a fucking Switch attachment for your phone.
Oh, yeah, it's like the grip of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Stadia is stupid. Don't buy it.
Oh, so here's the thing. Let's look at it this way. So, if there are other devices now that will allow you to stream video games from somewhere, in this case,
Okay,
GeForce Now.
So here's the free subscription. So it's standard access, 1 hour session lengths.
Okay, that's kind of dumb.
Okay, I agree. But $4.99 a month is priority access, extended session lengths, RTX on, and free 90-day introductory period. So you get 3 months free.
Okay, that's smart.
And it works.
And it's $5.
Yeah.
So $5 is unlimited play?
Extended sessions.
So what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I'll Google what the extended session is. But again...
Okay, you Google that. Hang on, I have some points to make. Because I'm spitballing here. So, if there's an NVIDIA Shield devices that have this shit now, you hook it up to your TV and it's streaming from somewhere in the cloud. And it's been well documented, especially with Apple Arcade and stuff, that you can now use your Xbox controller and your PlayStation 4 controller on iOS, which is really wild because I was in an Apple store recently and there's literally an Xbox and a PlayStation 4 controller on the fucking shelves of an Apple store, which is so bizarre to me, but super cool. I like it. There is nothing stopping GeForce Now and xCloud from being on Apple TVs or that NVIDIA Shield thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, other than probably some contract signing with NVIDIA.
Here's what it says. So Founders members receive extended session lengths, each lasting up to 6 hours. After current session expires, you will move to the front of the queue for fast access to resume your gaming. There is no limit to how many times you can start a new session in a day.
So you're queuing to get to the server.
Yes.
I'm imagining. Okay. That sounds kind of Stadia-y, because isn't there a queue on Stadia too?
I don't know.
Or there's not supposed to be, but during heavy load there is a queue. Day one,
yeah.
I think, was all fucked up. Okay.
So the free is an hour session, but this is only a week old. I imagine.
True.
I imagine NVIDIA is
okay, but so the other question then is, what is it on?
like platform-wise?
Yeah, like how can you get it? Is it everywhere? Like
I'm sure
Stadia and xCloud is going to be?
I don't think so. So from what I saw is
there not like a requirements to play?
Well, I'm sure there is a requirements to play, but it's like you can play on your desktop, your TV, your phone, your laptop. Okay. I would imagine they probably are coming out with a tablet that will handle it.
Okay.
Especially if it's only streaming.
So if your phone, though, there's got to be just an app.
Yeah.
So is the app iOS and Android? Is it just Android? Like, what are its markets?
So transforms nearly any laptop, desktop, Mac, Shield TV, or Android mobile device into PC gaming rig. So it is only
not on iOS.
Yeah, it's not on iOS right now. Again, only a week old.
That makes sense to me because my understanding is the Shield, the NVIDIA Shield stuff, its OS is Android.
Okay.
So that makes sense why it would be on those first, and potentially an app or even just a web browser.
But again, this is
mobile web browser.
This, for being a week old, is, as far as we know, way better and cheaper than the Stadia.
Okay.
And it's using equipment that you already have.
Well, I mean, but Stadia, I mean, technically, if you have a fucking web browser, you're supposed to be able to get on.
Technically, but we haven't seen that happen.
Okay.
If it has, I will retract that statement, but
I feel like Nate Fu's yelling at us right now.
Well, then Nate Fu can come on and fanboy his Google Stadia.
It's true.
And I'm fine with that, but I still think, even from when it first announced Stadia, I was like, this is dumb. Like $10 a month for...
I still think it's a dumb name.
Well, we were listening to, what was it? Sacred Symbols.
Yeah.
And Chris Reagan was like, it's dumb. I have to pay $10 a month to play a game that I bought already? Like, that's so asinine.
I agree.
And, he made a fair point that, well, people do that anyways with games like with WoW.
True. That is very true.
But WoW is also a continuously evolving monster.
It's an MMO, and they've always had a little bit different rule sets where you pay the game and you pay a subscription.
Yeah.
Like, that's true. But Stadia would be treating everything by an MMO pay model.
Which it's not. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like they were trying to hit the niche hardcore gamer market.
Yeah.
And they didn't provide anything that was niche or hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
In this day and age, casual gaming is more popular than not. Like, that's why the Switch is so fucking popular.
It's also why Apple Arcade has taken off, too.
Yeah. Like, I love being able to, more often than not, I'll fall asleep watching a show, and then I'm like, fuck, I don't really remember what happened that episode. So I'll go put that episode back on and start playing on my Switch and kind of catch up that way.
Sure.
And then it gives me time to fucking play my Switch game and fucking, catch what, miss the crucial parts that I missed in an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'll want background noise, and I'll put a funny show on and play my Switch.
Speaking of funny shows, I know it came out last year, but the latest,
It sounds like a real interesting show.
The comedian, we were just watching that thing with him and Conan.
Oh, Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, the latest Dave Chappelle. Fucking pure fire.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Everybody go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones?
Is that the latest one?
I think
or was
so.
that his comeback one?
It's the one that, I don't know, but it is.
Yeah, the latest one, 2019.
It's
fucking
hilarious.
Pure fire. Loved every minute of it. Which is great, because I thought his comeback was good, but it's a little stumbly. Which is fine. I mean, he hadn't done not in fucking 20 years or something.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it's to be expected. I mean, you can't be amazing out of the gate. Not being super critical of Dave Chappelle, but I'm saying, not everybody can, not do any comedy and then be Robin Williams,
Yeah.
When you come back, not everybody has that ability.
Yeah, so Sticks and Stones was his last, in 2019.
Yeah. 2019, Sticks and Stones. Fucking everybody watch it. There's a ton of clips on YouTube, too. If you're curious.
It's hilarious.
Dynamite. Also, very original, too. I really loved how it was not the same, kind of comedian shit you normally get. I loved how his comedy's evolved. Anyway. Where were we? Games. Well, everything got delayed.
Yep.
Final Fantasy VII Remake got delayed. And there's also a bunch of delays that are happening now, too, with the coronavirus that I guess has hit Japan now.
Oh, man, that's crazy. I didn't hear
so
about
I
that.
know the Outer Worlds on Switch is delayed.
Oh, man.
Because the port studio handling it for Obsidian/Microsoft, I guess, got hit with it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we have to cancel. We're not going to make
The deadline.
Our deadline. Because, yeah, it's supposed to come out in March.
Oh, I didn't know
The
that.
Switch version, yeah.
That's terrible.
Production facilities for the Switch have been hit as well.
Yeah.
So Switch is probably going to get delayed.
Their Switch Ultra.
Yeah. I really want a Switch Ultra.
I do too. I would be more than happy to go buy a Switch Ultra.
But here's the thing. So Nintendo has officially said that they are not making any new Switch models in 2020. They said that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, that could be true. On the other hand, they also might be like, no Switch models in 2020, and then secretly covering their mouth, being like, unless we can get the things manufactured in time or something, or in enough quantity or something.
Yeah, get their quantity for their current inventory. But
as we slam on our brakes,
yeah,
try not to hit this fucking Subaru. It's rush hour now.
Yeah. So another hour and a half home probably.
Yeah. Well, GPS is putting us at if I can bring it up, which I seemingly can't. I'm pressing the blue button. It does nothing.
So, okay, what would you want out of a Switch Ultra?
Okay, so I want, hang on, I'm looking at the map here. That's saying 41 minutes to home.
Okay,
It's
that's
still
not
a
bad.
long time to go 22 miles.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, a proverbial Switch Pro or Switch
Within
XL.
reason.
Okay, so within reason, because I'm a super nerd about this shit, I believe it'll be on a Tegra X2,
Okay.
which is what the current NVIDIA Shield technology is, like the tube I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Has this chip and all this sort of stuff. I believe we're gonna get a handheld that is the same size as the current Switch, but the internal screen will be 1080p, and all old Switch games will be able to run at 1080p on the handheld mode itself, as though it were docked, because that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Obviously, like all Nintendo hardware, because they fucking know what they're doing, it'll be backwards compatible. Duh.
Yep.
I would imagine on select Nintendo first-party games, they'll get a resolution and maybe a frame rate bump, perhaps.
That'd be nice.
Particularly looking at like Breath of the Wild, since that was the first Switch game, and it's a test Switch game and it runs fine, but it could still run better.
Yeah.
You know? And I think when it's docked, I think you'll get like not a 4K mode, but I think you'll get because there's a thing, I watched a whole video about this. So the new NVIDIA Shields have AI 4K upscaling.
Yeah.
And it'll take any video content and it'll upscale it to 4K.
But why? But if it did have the docking, like, why wouldn't it just have the dock that provides the extra processing power to natively?
Because that's not what I want.
Oh, okay.
I want my Switch to be able to run like new games that come out at a much better. Because like one of the things right now, like Switch is great. I love Switch. Don't get me wrong. But the thing I don't really want in my handheld is like, so let's take fucking Doom 2016 on the Nintendo Switch, which itself is a miracle port, because how the fuck did they get that running? So in handheld mode, that game has adaptive frame rate, and it runs between like 400p and like 800p, depending on what's happening.
Yeah.
And then on docked, it's like 900p to like 575p, depending on what's happening. So it's like not great. Like the whole game's there. It just like looks fuzzier depending on what's happening.
Yeah.
So what I want is like locked at the very least at 1080p.
Okay.
Like I don't want the adaptive frame thing. Like I know it's fantastic and it's great for battery life and all that stuff, but I don't want that in my handheld.
Okay.
Because I know like when I play on the handheld, particularly Nintendo games, they look amazing in handheld. Like they don't look like, I don't want the thing of like where you've got the third-party game and it looks basically like garbage in handheld.
Yeah.
And it runs, air quotes.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to look at least 1080p, 30 frames a second baseline in handheld. That's what I want. And then docked, just because of the way the tech works and because of how I feel Nintendo will deal with. Because like that, the thing is, and people have shown this, that like the Switch hardware right now can run The Witcher hacked on
overclocked
medium to high settings PC wise, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, it causes a lot of heat. That's a whole total concern and all that sort of shit. But the hardware can do it. Like, that's the thing to note about that. So, with the new chip that runs cooler, and I would imagine maybe some kind of slightly redesigned cooling system or something, that docked, we'd be able to get a PlayStation 4 Pro kind of experience.
Okay.
Because PlayStation 4 Pro is not true 4K. It's like 1440p, but then they use this term called checkerboarding, where they're like stretching out pixels to like get to 4K, air quotes. But it looks great. Like if I were to show you a 4K game on my Xbox One X, which is a true 4K machine, versus the same game on PS4 Pro, you'd be like, they look the same to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you would say as a commoner. But, like, I think for Switch, even though the new NVIDIA Shield Tech is supposedly able to, like, make graphics 4K and all that sort of shit, I feel like a 1440p checkerboard solution with fucking probably their AI technology to adapt it to 4K is probably way more feasible. And then I saw this thing on YouTube. You can tell, folks, despite my Google hate, I do a lot of YouTubing. It's true. I'm not gonna deny it.
Hypocrite.
What?
You're a hypocrite.
I mean, okay. Anyway, I watched this thing where somebody had a mock-up of what a Switch Pro or Switch Ultra would look like, and it was you would lay it on its back to dock, and it would charge via like some inductive charging pins. Not unlike, ironically, like the how the Wii U gamepad charges in its cradle. So it would basically be a flat Nintendo Switch dock, and you would lay it on its back, and it would just charge via that way. Because that'll look cleaner in your entertainment center than the weird sticking up thing that it is. I mean, I get why it is that way. Like, it makes total functional design sense why it is that way, because it's just poking up the USB-C connector once you plug it down. But then this way, it would be, like, more slick, I guess.
Yeah, but what if you're on the run and you want to charge it? Like,
It would still have the port on the bottom.
Okay.
Or side or whatever.
Alright.
I'm just saying it would look cooler if you have like a flat, like 1-inch box that you just set the thing on.
Okay.
And then, honestly, I wouldn't really want anything crazy out of battery life. I mean, I know the battery life in the Switch Lite is already way better than the Switch 1. So, I'm totally fine with, like, 4 to 6 hours on, like, a fucking graphics-intensive game. Like, I think that's fairly reasonable with how much better the internal hardware would be because of the X2.
Well, I think they would have to use aluminum or some kind of metal to help with heat dissipation.
Well, that's the thing. The Switch already does that. So the back of the thing is plastic, but right behind it, there's an entire aluminum heat shield.
Yeah, but if you remember when those guys were testing that stuff on The Witcher, the Switch fucking heated up a lot.
Yeah. But the thing is like, that chip is like fucking 5 years old already.
Okay.
Like, it was like 5 years old when they put it in the Switch. And like, we're several years past that already. Because there's a lot of rumors right before the Switch launched that, because the X2 came out the same year as when the Switch came out. So the X2 is already older as it is now.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the thing. So like, every time you reduce the actual nanometer of the chip size, you're reducing how much power it's consuming, and you're reducing how much heat it's outputting.
Yeah.
So with a chip that's basically way smaller than the previous chip, you're already gaining both your performance and your heat.
Okay.
So I would think that it would not be terribly a concern, because the thing is, like, the Switch has a pretty chunky fan in it.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people don't really realize that. Like, the fan is like, what, it's like fucking probably 1.5 inch diameter in that thing, which is a good chunk because the switch is not that big. So, but then I'm sure you're probably also thinking about, like, well, what about the people who have existing switches? Because it's a very successful thing. Because at the other end of the day, you can totally have a dock that bumps that shit up to like true 4K.
Yeah.
Like, you could have a dock that has its own extra or separate GPU.
Which is why I think they'll do it if they do have a Switch Ultra, so that people could go out and buy the dock itself and use
And then when they realize how bad it is on their Switch, then they upgrade their Switch.
yeah, they
And
could.
Nintendo gets all the money.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. Because one of the things is NVIDIA, as far as I know, was one of the very first companies to...
Companies.
Companies?
Yeah,
Companies.
Companies run by Schwans.
Jesus Christ. You're such a fucking asshole. You know this, right? Fucking guy. Oh, by the way, we're supposed to have a supermoon tonight.
Supermoon!
Yeah, look at that fucking supermoon right there. It's fucking
supermoon.
daylight, and this moon looks like it's about ready to fucking lay down the
This
law.
moon looks super.
It's really fucking big.
It is actually.
It's fucking huge. Like, if I hold up in in the sky right now,
We're not even
it's
twilight.
like the size of two of my thumbs put together.
That's some great measurementing.
I'm a 5'10" man.
Yeah, no, but it's not even close to twilight. We're still probably another hour from twilight, and you can see the moon full.
Yeah, and we're another like 80 miles from twilight too.
You're fucking
Because we
dumb.
live in the state where that dumb movie is.
Yeah.
Dumb book series.
Oh, Twilight?
Yeah, Forks.
Yeah, Forks, Washington.
Yep.
Which is a shithole, people.
I've been there. It got a little better because of the book.
I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't know about lately. I've been over there in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been to Forks in forever.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I want it. Like, that's the other thing.
I'd totally buy a Switch Ultra.
Like, God, like, one of the things that, like, I guess feels different about Nintendo hardware, and Nintendo historically, especially with their handhelds, always has newer, bigger, better handheld hardware. And this is the Switch, and so far we haven't got necessarily like bigger, better, because we went light first. And typically, and I would imagine that it probably would be called the Switch XL.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing that since the DS. They had the Lite, the XL, then the 3DS, the 3DS Lite, the new 3DS, the new 3DS XL. Like,
Just call it the Switch Big. With 2 G's.
what's the other version after that? The Switch Wedge?
Yeah.
Switch Bigs and Wedge. Fucking. Oh, it's garbage. Yeah, I want one. Like, it's a very Nintendo thing. Like, I want another Switch. Like, I just want one. And I want it to be better. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
I mean, I want a heavy duty Switch.
That dude broke down? That dude's
looks
totally fucking broke down.
That sucks for him.
It does suck for him.
Better him than us.
As people are like, why don't you go help them? It's like, well, because we're in a fucking company van. That's why.
And we're also terrible people.
And we're on the clock, technically.
And we're selfish.
I say literally normal things, and you're like, also because we're fuckholes. Like, that's your answer to everything.
It's also almost 5 o'clock.
It is almost 5 o'clock, and you gotta pick up your kid.
Yes.
Before your daycare closes.
Yup. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So movie shit, I guess. There's that Morbius trailer.
Yeah, Morbius.
Yep, Morbius, the Living Vampire. The movie literally I shit on for a full fucking year.
Burn it.
I'm gone. It was still yellow. I made it.
Barely.
Mostly. I shit on that movie for like a full, like, year and a half.
Yeah.
Especially after Venom. And I was like, oh my god, nobody
Well,
wants...
especially after you found out Leto was Morbius.
I mean, yeah. Like, I don't care for the guy.
Yeah. I didn't like him as a Joker. I like him as an actor.
I didn't like the Joker either, but like, nobody wanted a Morbius movie. And then they fucking had the trailer that came out this year in maybe one of the most brilliant marketing moves I've ever seen, where trailer proved comic book accurate. Okay, cool, fine, pleasing on that front. You know, considering he's a fucking C-list villain,
Which is really odd.
yeah, it's super odd. Anybody might remember him from the 90s Spider-Man animated series,
Yeah.
which you can see now in Disney Plus in its entirety, where he fights Spider-Man and Blade.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first appearance of Blade in comic or in animation.
Was it? Really?
Now, Blade had never appeared in an animated show until that.
Huh. Fair enough. And then they altered him so that he was sucking life force
Yeah.
out of his hands, because obviously you couldn't have a bloody vampire
And he
in
had
90s cartoons.
He had like mouth suckers on his hands.
He did have mouth suckers on his hands. He had little Sarlacc pits
Yeah.
on his fucking palms.
So dumb.
And then when he sucked the life force, you glowed blue and went old.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But also, I mean, it times up, like the timing matches up really well for them announcing what's his name as Blade.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, oh, maybe this is the introduction of, this will help introduce Blade into.
But you're skipping the gun, because we're all ready to shit on this movie. The trailer looks great.
Yeah.
Actually, I had no problems with the trailer. I was like, that actually looks interesting. It actually looks like a good job. And I was like, it's a shame it's not fucking connected to Spider-Man. And then fucking end of the trailer,
You see Spider-Man.
no.
A poster of Spider-Man.
Well, that's not that. I'm talking about the fucking Adrian Toomes, as played by
Oh, yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, the
From
Vulture.
Spider-Man Far From Home, arrive at the end, and it's like,
No, Homecoming.
yeah. That's what I said.
No,
Homecoming.
you said Far From Home.
You're right. I did say that.
I know I'm right.
Fuck you. Fuck you for being right.
The Night Monkey.
The night monkey strikes again.
So, yeah, so we see him, but it could be a really simple and great way for them to bring Blade and the rest of the Marvel dark into this universe, more of the supernatural side. I don't know what it's
There's
called.
an official name. It's so dumb. It's
Monster Squad.
Sony's universe of Spider-Man villains. Something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You should Google it. It's a super dumb name.
Yeah, but in my eyes, this is a great way for Marvel to bring in the more magical supernatural side, aside from Doctor Strange.
Agreed.
Like we all know Doctor Strange does magic, but there's no the magic that he uses is cosmic energy from the Time Stone.
Well,
Which technically is
some of it was. I mean, he was doing a lot of magic before he fucking touched that stone in that movie. That's not entirely accurate.
But they really haven't delved into what. Well, okay, so another point
Sure,
of
they
Doctor
did.
Strange.
They fucking dived into the fucking dark dimension and the fucking.
Yeah,
all that
but
shit. It's like a whole
all
other
their
dimension of
artifacts,
energy.
all the artifacts they're based on living powers that no human can wield. Staff of the Living Tribunal. They glossed over that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's like, wait. You're saying the Living Tribunal, the one who is just a step above the Marvel God, God above all. You have his staff, and you're just gonna glide. You're just gonna right over that, literally the power to unmake anything and everything.
That's what's happening. But speaking of Doctor Strange,
And then the jump boots, or whatever they call them, the boots of levitation. What were the boots that he had?
something levitation.
Yeah, and the cloak of levitation and his jump boots. I don't think
No,
they
the
ever
cloak's
get-
got a name.
Yeah,
like the cloak of Narars or
Yeah. But basically, those magical items are imbued with somebody else's power. Is what I'm getting at.
Sure. But speaking of Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness has lost its writer-director from the first film, Scott Derrickson. He has departed the project due to creative differences. He had a very PRE, everything's fine with me in Marvel, I might do another Marvel movie, but we had different ideas on what Doctor Strange 2 was going to be, and I'm leaving on good terms. Wish best of luck. It's not going to affect the production of them going into production in August or whatever on the film. And then yesterday,
Wednesday?
Sure.
Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday.
It's all one day. Everybody knows Monday through Friday is one whole day. And then there's the weekend.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
There's Monday for 4 days, and then it's Friday.
Yes, I mean, fucking some weeks, man. It sure fucking feels like it. So the large rumor going around is that Kevin Feige has reached out to Sam Raimi,
The original director of Spider-Man.
the director of the original Spider-Man trilogy, or the first Spider-Man trilogy, the only Spider-Man trilogy so far. And of course, acclaimed cult horror director of Evil Dead.
Yep.
And Drag Me to Hell is another great one.
Yep.
And also, going way back for us, executive producer on the fucking Legend of the Seeker series, based off the Sword of Truth book series.
Who, his brother? His older brother?
Yep, his older brother was a dumb fucking map maker. Map maker in that
Yeah.
series. But he always came out as his brother, so, you know, whatever. He was the dumb dude in the fucking Spider-Man trilogy, which is like, what if we call him Doc Ock? And J. Jonah says, like, that's terrible. What if we call him Doc Ock? And he's like, that's what I said. Yes, but mine was better.
No, I think it was like, we'll call him Dr. Octopus because reasons. And then he's like, no, Doc Ock, strikes again.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite nods, though, in Far From Home was what's his name, being a vlogger in J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, you mean J.K. Simmons?
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
Reprising his role as the one and only
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yep.
J.J. Jameson.
I mean, honestly, he is so good in that role. I literally can't imagine another fucking soul.
Yeah.
Like, super good. But, Scott Derrickson actually did tweet out yesterday, he fully endorses Sam Raimi if he takes the role. He was like, I can't imagine a better director to take the
but
reins.
like,
well, who do you want to direct? So here's what we know about Doctor Strange 2. Obviously, the title's called The Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Back when Scott Derrickson was directing it, he announced it as the first true Marvel horror film.
Yeah.
So take that for what it'll be for a PG-13 film.
Even though New Mutants was actually
true, but that wasn't brought under the official Marvel umbrella until
recently.
This year.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not considered part of the Marvel universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
It's just the last fucking film that Fox did.
Yep.
We know Wanda's going to be in it, and we know Baron Mordo is going to play a huge role in it, because obviously the way Doctor Strange 1 ended, and it would be a crying shame not to have Baron Mordo as the villain, because like that's like the de facto
Doctor Strange villain. Yeah, it's his arch nemesis
for sure. So who would you want to direct?
I'm not saying that Sam Raimi's gonna be bad, but I mean
he's not confirmed, so I was just saying, like it's rumored.
He is a more campy kind of like slapsticky director.
True.
And I don't want to see that for somebody like Doctor Strange. Now, if he can pull it off, that's fine. But
the other thing about that, though, is yes, he is campy, for sure. However, I think if he stuck to his horror roots on it, if it really is going to be a quote-unquote horror or whatever, like, he can do horror.
Yeah, he does horror very well.
So, not not knocking that, but I agree with you. It's like, yeah, he's definitely known to be a little cornier, which worked in its favor for Spider-Man, because everybody knows Spider-Man's corny as hell.
Yeah. And I can see some aspects because it is the multiverse. Like, there could be very corny aspects of said multiverse, but...
There's a fucking Twitter poster of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and it's just like the little ring portal, and then the Sam Raimi Spider-Man hand shooting out of it. And it's like directed by Sam Raimi.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, it could be.
I mean, what was I think God, what was the director of the original Saw?
Oh, that's the dude who did Aquaman, James Wan.
Yeah, James Wan, I think, would be a great fucking pick for that.
True,
if they're going
I'm sure
for
he's
horror.
locked the fuck down over at Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, he would. I agree. He would fucking crush it.
What's his name that did Get Out?
Jordan Peele.
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
Right? That's his name?
Jordan Peele or Keegan?
No, not Keegan. The other one.
Yeah, Peele. He would, I think, would be a good director for that.
Yeah. I think he's probably too busy though. Like, he's doing Twilight Zone. I know he's probably writing another movie, I'm sure. Or even maybe filming one.
You're asking who I wanted, and I'm giving you my...
That's fine.
My, like, and nothing against Sam Raimi. But, yeah, that's,
I don't know. I think it's a hard one. Like, even when I think about it, like, I mean, yeah, I'll take Sam Raimi, but even when I think about it, like, I can't think of, like, who's a good fit for Doctor Strange. Going on as little information as we have. Like, who can do magic, but also, like, spiritual magic?
Yeah.
Like, part of me is kind of like, well, maybe one of, like, the Harry Potter directors? Maybe?
Yeah.
Like, at the very least for the, quote, magic side of it. But then, it's like, well, what about the horror side? What about the spiritual side? Like, who does that or has proven he or she can do that? You know? Like, what... exactly.
Ridley Scott.
I mean,
you asked who
but
could
in
do
that
that.
Same token, has Ridley Scott made a good movie?
Not
in
recently.
The
No.
last fucking 10 years.
I mean, no.
Like a genuinely good movie. Not just a rehashing movie. Looking at you, Alien Covenant, piece of shit.
Maybe Clive Baker. I know he's not.
Has he even done anything?
No, he hasn't done anything.
I was gonna say he's a writer.
No, I know, but he would if he wanted to do.
Oh, I got it. What? It's so fucking obvious. Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yes,
Guillermo del Toro would crush Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he would.
It'd be weird. It'd be amazing. He'd be hella true to comic books because the dude is a fucking
giant nerd.
Like, he's got his fucking nerd concrete foot in the hall of nerddom.
Yeah, he really does actually.
Yeah, he does. Plus, he's like really respectful to other franchises too.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, Hellboy was fantastic.
Have you watched the new Hellboy?
I haven't.
It's out on.
It's out on something.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
How is it?
I liked it. There was
not. I liked it. Is not. Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious that it's probably not going to get a sequel.
Oh yeah, it tanked hard, didn't it?
Yeah. It kept to the kind of like, some of the campier side of, Hellboy while keeping...
Was it funny?
Yeah, I laughed a couple times. There were certain things that I was just like, God.
Okay.
Like, oh man. One of the agents is like, do you care? Spoiler alert.
I mean, I've seen the cartoon.
Okay. So
I've seen the movies.
the
plot's about the fucking what's her name?
Yeah, one of the agents that works with them is a fucking werepanther or leopard or something, and I was just like, okay, like, or were-jaguar. So I mean, it wasn't terrible, but the scene where there's a scene where you see Hellboy go like full Prince of Darkness.
Okay.
That was fucking awesome.
I know, because they finally put the horns in.
And, but not only that, like, he fucking, oh, dude, it's so sick. He flies down on, like, a fucking dragon on
Metal?
It's super fucking metal into, like, a horde of, like, crouching humans, and, like, just, like, like, lands on a pile of them, crushing them to death, and then he just starts fucking hacking them to death, like, cutting them in half, and it shows it all.
Who was better? Was, fucking, Stranger Things guy versus,
Dave Harbour?
Yeah, Dave Harbour versus
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Who did it better?
Oh man, it's hard. Like
They're both really great in my opinion.
I love Ron Perlman, and they did really good work with his prosthetic stuff and his prosthetic makeups and stuff. And they did a lot of actual prosthetic makeup for Hellboy.
Yeah,
for David Harbour.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they're
different.
Yeah, I feel like they're two alternate...
Same character, different takes.
Yeah, alternate universe. Like,
I mean, that's good. That's good. He's like a younger Hellboy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know it was on Hulu. I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, that was a good one. What were we talking about?
Movies? We're just fucking scattering.
Yeah, we're fucking...
movies.
You need to watch Willow.
Yeah, you were a bitch. So we're driving this morning, going to the same fucking location, and randomly, Brock's just like, "You motherfucker have not seen Willow?" And I'm just like,
No, I
where
asked
the
you, I was
fuck
like,
did this come
from?
from?
I was like, have you watched Willow yet? And you're like, no, I haven't. And I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you love all the technical sides of movies. And I'm like, Willow fucking broke ground on so many different, like, things.
Just haven't seen it, dude.
It's a good movie, man.
Yeah. Well, but, like, see, you, like, had every movie under the sun.
We
when
really
you
did.
grew up.
Yeah, we really did.
Like, you did not have a normal, like, you did not have a normal childhood when it came to movies.
No,
because
we loved
your
movies.
two brothers were obsessed with movies.
My dad
and your
was
father is super obsessed with, like, owning every fucking movie
in existence.
in existence.
Yeah.
His library is second to maybe
The Congress's library. Like, I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Like, my dad still has fucking 6 or 7 books of DVD books.
I know.
That each hold like 100 apiece.
Yeah, we had like 8 of them because my dad was putting them all on a hard drive for them.
Yeah.
Because they have like a Roku or something.
Yeah.
And,
So,
yeah.
And we, like, movies spanning from, like, Jesus.
Yeah, from Jesus till now.
Basically, like
all movies.
like Ben-Hur.
Yep.
And, you know, Moe's, like, all those weird old Charlton Heston movies that, you know, are great. They're great movies in their own right. To, you know, anything and everything in between. Like, we had a huge movie collection. And, like, VHS collection, too. Like, a giant VHS collection.
Yeah, that was difficult to get through just because the VHS was cumbersome.
It was.
Yeah.
Like, it...
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I remember the boxes of VHS. They're like, oh, we have it somewhere.
Yeah.
We gotta go to our separate room that houses the VHS.
We did.
With no organizational skills whatsoever.
Do you remember?
Just fucking thrown in piles.
Yeah.
And fucking there'd be a dead body in there. Nobody would know.
Yeah, because it, like, the shelf of VHSs fell on you. No, do you remember that when my dad got his surround sound hooked up and we watched Top Gun?
No,
it was the beginning of Top Gun, and it was like the full fucking, like, and then, like, after that intro ends, my dad was like, okay, let's go home, and, like, turned it off. It was so fucking ridiculous. Like, my dad spent thousands of dollars for this, that, like, he's like, oh, I just want to hear Top Gun like I did in the theaters. I was like, it's so insane.
Man, both of our fathers are fucking, they're extreme people,
Yes.
to put it nicely.
Yes. Very nicely.
That's probably why they're best friends.
Yeah. Oh god, that was fucking ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. Oh, that guy's got a German Shepherd over there. Look at the little baby German Shepherd.
All right.
Are there any movies you're looking forward to this year? Because I feel like there's not a lot coming out. The only thing that's coming out that I'm actually genuinely excited for is the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which you despise with your very soul. As does my girlfriend Jessica. But guess what, bitch? It comes out on Valentine's Day. I win!
I'm still hoping that they, like, revert back to the original character design so that it just crushes your soul.
You're fucking horrible. I know a lot of the Sonic fans are super pissed at Puma, like the shoe brand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I guess he has Pumas. And there's a Sonic shoe coming out in like a couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
But it's not the shoe
that he's
wearing in the movie.
It's just
they tweeted it out like a couple days ago, and just the vitriol against them. They're just like, you're making a fucking Sonic shoe, but it doesn't look like the fucking Sonic shoe from the movie? Fuck you, Puma!
It's like, it's an adult-sized shoe, but it's like the kids' character shoes that has like the Sonic thing.
Well, that's the thing, they didn't even show what it looked like. They just showed a shoebox, and it had the Puma logo in like the white and red or something.
Oh.
And then it was like official Sonic the Hedgehog shoe, and it was like coming like February 28th or whatever.
Oh, God.
And then there's like a bunch of people like, oh yeah, I'm super excited. Like just their whole Twitter was filled with like, yeah, the new shoe design for the redesign of Sonic for the movie looks fucking sick and on point and stuff. And Puma tweeted out, it was like, that's not the design the shoe is. And then they were just like, it's gonna happen. I was like, oh man. I was like, why would you even?
It's just, instead of like, so it's gonna be just a regular Puma
probably
shoe.
Just gonna be like red and white.
No, it's just gonna be a regular
normal Puma shoe.
And then it's gonna have the blue streaks.
Whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh. It's dumb. But I'm really looking forward to the movie. I've seen a bunch of clips now. Jim Carrey actually looks like he's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Jim Carrey, like, I never doubted him as Dr. Robotnik.
Very odd choice, for sure.
Was very
not
odd,
fat.
but I never doubted him as an actor to get it done.
Yeah.
It just was everything else around him was like, oh my god, what is this? What is this fucking travesty?
I fully expect him by the end of the film to somehow have gone like full Koopa King from the original Mario Brothers movie, just like prosthetics, flat bald cap, and like
you
like a weirdly round body.
Yeah. Oh man, just had like put a hula hoop in like giant like fucking oversized
put
pants.
the fucking blueberry suit girl from fucking
Willy Wonka
on him, like fucking. Because I mean, if you think about it, like the way Dr. Robotnik is designed, he's just like stick arms and legs
in a round circle.
Yeah, in a round circle,
and a giant
kind of
nose
like a
and
head
mustache.
dome. Yeah, it's a little crazy.
It is,
sure. But it looks really funny. I have tempered hopes, you know, because I still don't quite know exactly what the plot will be like. I mean, it looks good.
I never.
It's tracking better.
Yeah.
It's tracking to have a higher opening weekend than
Last year.
Terminator, Dark Fate, and like a ton of other movies that really shouldn't have bombed last year.
Yeah.
Like, it's tracking way better, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. That's. See, I never didn't want the Sonic movie. I just loved how upset you were about the original design.
I don't know what you're talking about. That timeline doesn't exist because we fucking erased it.
Nope, it's still there.
No. Well, we're almost back to the shop. Probably got like 5 minutes. What else do we want to say? Last 5 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I hope you've enjoyed this roadside experiment with probably absolutely terrible audio.
Yep.
But maybe not completely terrible.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes off.
see.
We'll see how you guys think about it. We can try a couple other things to maybe get the audio a little bit better.
We're actually working.
Yeah. While we're pounding stuff in at a job site,
Jesus.
yelling, working in a school.
Clang. Fucking so much racist comments because construction sites are ridiculous in real life.
Yeah.
They really are, like, everything you've heard, but ratcheted up to 12.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is in real life. I'm working here! Fuck you!
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here! You're fucking in my way.
It's a car!
It's a fucking car!
A car?
It's a car!
A car!
Right over there by the Schwan!
Jesus Christ. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Show's over.
We're pulling in.
We're pulling into the garage now.
Thank you for listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast. You can find our podcast at www.dynamicworksproductions.com. Feel free to email us at dynamicworks@mac.com.
This is Dominic Armato, the voice of Guybrush Threepwood, and you're listening to a Dynamic Works production podcast.
The Citadel, Arrival, is the first installment in a series of epic science fiction short stories reminiscent of the Pulp Fiction style. It's a fast-paced story that will take you through twists and turns that you will not expect, until they are thrust upon you with all the force, excitement, and chaos of a plasma cannon blast. The story follows Katarl, a nobody cog in the working wheels of a futuristic society run completely by Megacorp, a corporation that carefully runs and manages the lives of the people living under its sphere of power. On one of Katarl's few and far between days off from work, an outing he had hoped would be fun and relaxing turns into an explosive adventure that drags him kicking and screaming into situations and challenges that will make him question every aspect of his life. Watch this colorful tapestry unfurl as Katarl and his newfound allies find their way through this classic, yet oddly surprising tale of good and evil, where nothing is quite what it appears to be. That's The Citadel, Arrival by author Tim K. Trotter, available right now on Amazon Kindle Store and iTunes iBookstore for only $2.99.